In the bottom of the third in Kalamazoo, Michigan, Rockford won and Kalamazoo won. Growlers to bat. On the top of the order in Clay Owens, Miko Rodriguez, and Rudy Maxwell. Owens walked to lead off the ball game and scored the only Growler run back in the first. Here's the first pitch from Cooper Kane. And a changeup as well down the middle, strike one. Growlers got their run at the bottom of the first. Rockford theirs in the top of the second inning. RBI single by Mason Minzy. 0-1 pitch. Another off-speed pitch, just misses outside, 1-1. The only Growler run scored, an RBI ground out by Rudy Maxwell, their catcher. He's 2 batters away. So it's 1-1 here in the last of 5 road games for the Rivets. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Fastball swinging a foul ball left side on the fly out of play. 1-2. Owens a 3-0 batter this season. Was at the plate when Jake Topolsky was caught stealing going to second base to end the second inning for Kalamazoo. 1 ball and 2 strikes, nobody out. Pitch from Cooper Kane. And a breaking ball misses outside and low, 2-2. Owens, the freshman from USC, riding a 3-game hitting streak. 2-2 pitch from Cooper Kane. Fastball is on the outside corner, and Owens is punched out. There's the first out of the third inning. 4th strikeout of the game for Cooper Kane as Clay Owens goes down. And that brings up Miko Rodriguez. Rodriguez 1 for 1 today, singled back in the first inning. First pitch from Kane is a strike, 0-1. Rodriguez, the owner of one of 2 hits for Kalamazoo today. Each team with multiple hits. Here's the 0-1. It's on the outside corner for a strike, a breaking ball, 0-2. Rockford with 3 hits and Kalamazoo with 2. One Kalamazoo error as well. 0-2 to Rodriguez. Kane the pitch. Fastball skips away from the catcher Mason Minzy. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Rodriguez, the outfielder, playing left today from Texas A&M. Freshman from Grand Rapids, Michigan. Same hometown as Jake Vanderwall for Rockford. Here's the 1-2 from Kane with 1 out the pitch. Breaking ball misses high and away. 2-2. Looking at the Battle Creek score, they lead 3-0 over Traverse City in the top of the third inning. Favorable result for Rockford. Here's the 2-2 to Rodriguez. Fastball swing and a miss. Down goes Miko. 5 strikeouts on the day for Cooper Kane. He has struck out 4 in a row. And there's 2 away in the top of the third. Cooper Kane, the Valdosta State product from Jacksonville, Florida, has hit his season high or tied it with 5 strikeouts. Has not gone more than 4 innings in any start. 1 out away from completing his third inning here with 5 strikeouts and just 1 run allowed. First pitch to Rudy Maxwell. And a breaking ball well inside, nearly hit him. 1 ball and no strikes. Maxwell had the RBI ground out back in the first inning, scoring Clay Owens, a ground out to short. With the runners on the corners and nobody out. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Maxwell. And a fastball's fouled away right side, 1-1. Kane continues to clock in the high 80s, low 90s on the fastball. Fastest we've seen is 91. On the radar gun here in Kalamazoo. Up to 50 pitches is Kane. It's a 1-1 on Rudy Maxwell, the catcher from Duke. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball. That one hit him in the back. That one got away from Cooper Kane, and Rudy Maxwell got plunked. But Maxwell did just get a piece of that ball with the bat. So it is a 1-2 count now, as Maxwell got hit with the pitch, but on his bat, then off his body. Did not trot off to first base. He knew it was strike 2. So Kane gets a lucky break there in the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes with 2 out. Gabe Rivera waits on deck. Here's the pitch. Fastball swinging a grounder foul, first base side. Still the count 1-2. We're in the bottom of the third. It's 1-1 our score, Rockford and Kalamazoo here in Western Michigan. Homer Stryker Field, a sellout on a Friday night at Homer Stryker. The 4th best attending team in Northwoods League of 22. Here's the 1-2 to Maxwell. Swinging a foul back to the screen on a changeup. 1-2. well over 3,000 expected today in Homer Stryker Field, and that's what we've got. Very few empty seats to be found on the bleachers. First and third base side. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball is swing and a miss. Strike 3. Rudy Maxwell goes down, and Cooper Kane strikes out the side. He's got 6 Ks, a season high, and after 3 innings, it's 1-1 our score, Rockford and Kalamazoo. A third of the way down in Kalamazoo. We are even in the top of the 4th inning. Back here in Homer Stryker Field, Kalamazoo, Michigan. Aaron Mann, Brendan Comia, Mason Minzy, 6, 7, and 8 in the Rockford batting lineup to face Spencer Juergens in the 4th inning in a 1-1 ball game. Rockford has not scored since the 2nd. Kalamazoo's only run came back in the 1st. Rockford with 3 hits, Growlers with 2. And the Rivets' Aaron Mann leads off. He's 0 for 1 with a fly to right field today. First pitch from Juergens. Fastball swinging a pop-up. Juergens gives chase near the first base line. He's called off by his catcher, and the catcher makes the catch. Maxwell hauls it in right at the first base foul line. It's a pop fly in foul ground to the catcher, and Aaron Mann is retired for the first out. He's 0 for 2. That'll send up Brendan Comia. Comia grounded out to third base his opening time up today. The freshman shortstop from the University of Illinois. Native of Orland Park, Illinois, not far from Chicago. Here's the first pitch from Juergens. The fastball is right over the middle for a strike, 0-1. Comia's been on base in all 13 games he's played for Rockford this season. Yet to get on base today. Here's the 0-1 pitch to him. And a fastball is in there for a strike, lower half, 0-2. Comia didn't get a hit yesterday, but was hit by a pitch. So he got on base to continue his streak. Here's the 0-2 from Juergens. A breaking ball is just off the plate, ball 1, and the catcher Rudy Maxwell was taking a couple of steps toward the pitcher's mound as if it was strike 3. And Comia has another streak going. He's got a strikeout in 12 consecutive games. Here's the 1-2 to Comia. Fastball is fouled away behind us. So Comia didn't strike out in his first game, but has struck out in his last 12. Been on base in every game, all 13 he's played, and he's drawn a walk in 6 of his last 7 games. Here's the 1-2 to Comia from Juergens. Swinging a pop-up behind home plate. Maxwell gives it a look near the screen, and he has no play. The ball ends up on the overhang and rolls off the stadium behind us again. Count still 1-2 on Comia with Mason Minzy on deck. Comia with an on-base percentage of .379 coming in. Batting average of just .217 entering. Here's the 1-2. Swinging a fly ball foul again and an off-speed pitch from Juergens. That was pitch number 51 for Spencer Juergens. Through 3 1/3 innings for him. He's allowed the 1 unearned run. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and Comia takes just off the zone, ball 2. 2-2. 1 strikeout, 2 walks for Juergens over 3 1/3. 3 hits allowed and just the 1 unearned run for him. 2-2 on Comia. The pitch. Swinging a liner to right field side. That is caught by the right fielder Katowski on a line. There's the second out. Got too much air under that, did Brendan Comia. And he's down once again. That brings up Mason Minzy, the catcher. Minzy, the switch-hitting catcher, batting lefty against the righty Juergens, the freshman from Texas Tech, native of Michigan. Not far from his hometown. Batting 150 to start the season, 3 for 20. Here's the first pitch to him. Fastball grounded out to second base. It 2-hops the second baseman Topolsky, who throws on to first and retires him. And Rockford is down 1-2-3. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left against Spencer Juergens. Bottom of the 4th coming up. It's Rockford 1 and Kalamazoo 1. Bottom of the 4th inning in Kalamazoo, Michigan. Homer Striker Field. Rivets 1 and the Growlers 1. Kalamazoo has the middle of the batting order, the middle third. Rivera, Sullivan, and Geloff 4, 5, and 6. Cooper Kane has a season-high 6 strikeouts. Kane, the junior from Valdosta State, the Jacksonville, Florida native. Struck out the side back in the 3rd, and he struck out 5 straight guys for a season high of 6. Just 1 run on 2 hits, both allowed back in the 1st inning. Struck out 6 and walked 1. It's been a very solid outing for Cooper Kane. Brings in an ERA of 2.25, which is 5th best of 6 starters on the Rockford team. But he's held his own so far against a Kalamazoo offense that put up 13 hits yesterday, a season high, and a Rockford win of 6-3. So here's Gabe Rivera, the DH, who has one of the Growlers' 2 hits today. He's 1 for 1. Single to center back in the 1st inning. First pitch from Kane. Breaking ball that drops right over the outside edge for a strike. It's 0-1. Rockford at 2 games above 500 at 16-14. Growlers at 2 games under at 13-15. Here's the 0-1 from Cooper Kane. And a check swing on a ball outside. Appeal down to first base. He did go. Strike 2. Jimmy Sullivan waits on deck. Gabe Rivera, the sophomore from the University of Miami. Maybe the Growlers' best hitter, batting .286. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Kane. Fastball loops over the plate, can't get the call. 1-2. Had some cutting action, did that fastball. Ended up just off the inner edge. And the count 1 ball on 2 strikes to Gabe Rivera. Here's the 1-2 from Kane. Pitch. Well inside on an off-speed pitch and nearly hit Rivera, who turned his body out of the way. And the count 2 balls and 2 strikes. Righty on righty matchup here to open the bottom of the 4th. A 1-1 game, bases empty. Rockford and Kalamazoo. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Inside with a fastball, 3-2. Fastball at 90. Nearly grazed the hip area of Rivera once again. And Rivera battles back to a full count against Kane. It's 3-2. Pitch number 60 coming up for the Rockford starter. Here comes the pitch. And a fastball swing on a ball golfed to the right and tailing foul ends up out of play in the concourse. Still 3-2 the count. The final of 5 road games in a row for Rockford over the course of 4 days. They've won 3 and lost 1. Looking for a sweep here in Kalamazoo. 3-2 to Rivera, the pitch from Kane. Breaking ball hit him in the back, but it hit off his bat. That ball was thrown behind Rivera, but it hit off the top of his bat. Nothing Rivera could do about it. The ball looked like it hit off his back, but it hit off the top of the bat. Second time that's happened in the last 2 innings. Here's a 3-2 to Rivera. Kane pitches. Swinging a foul ball behind the stadium to the right side. 3-2. It's at bat now 8 pitches deep. Longest at bat for either team today. Kane to Rivera. Cooper Kane working quickly. The righty comes set belt high from the windup and deals the 3-2 to Rivera. Pitch is well outside and low, ball 4. And Rivera walks on 9 pitches for Kalamazoo to open the 4th. Advantage batter on the long at-bat situations, and Rivera on 9 pitches gets a base on balls. Second walk issued by Cooper Kane today. Rather, the third walk issued by Cooper Kane. No, excuse me, this is the second walk he's given up. Walked 1 back in the first. Here's a walk to start the 4th. Brings up Jimmy Sullivan. Throw back to Rivera on first base, nothing doing. Sullivan struck out his first time up, the first strikeout victim for Cooper Kane. He's got 6 on the day. 6 different batters. Sullivan 0 for 1, the center fielder from Virginia. Here's the first pitch. Ball skips away from Minzy, ball 1, and it gets to second base, does Gabe Rivera. Wild pitch by Cooper Kane. Let that first pitch get away from Minzy. Count 1 ball and no strikes. Into scoring position, Gabe Rivera with nobody out in the bottom of the 4th. Jason Minzy out to talk with his starter, Cooper Kane. Perhaps was crossed up on a sign or something. Either way, Adam Carey not coming out, so it's a conversation of the battery and strictly the battery. Rivera to second off the wild pitch. It is 1-0 to Sullivan. Let the lefty Sullivan and the righty Cooper Kane. The Connecticut native from the University of Virginia, Jimmy Sullivan, at 6'5", 205. The tallest hitter for Kalamazoo. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Kane. Swinging a grounder down to second base. Charging in to make it, the play is done. Goes on to first for the out as Rivera moves to third base. Productive ground out by Sullivan. Gave himself up to move Rivera 90 feet away. And the sac fly is in play here for Zach Geloff with 1 out in the 4th. And Geloff conveniently flied to right his last time up. He's 0 for 1 today. And a ball deep enough would likely score Gabe Rivera from third base. Center fielder Nolan Snyder practicing a throw. First pitch. Fastball inside, 1-0. Snyder was practicing his throwing motion before the first pitch was thrown with his hat, as if he would get the ball in the outfield, just in case. 1-0 to Geloff, righty on righty, pitch from Kane. Fastball swinging a fly ball, right field, pretty deep for Vanderwall. He's got it, makes the catch. Third base tag from Rivera. Throw is on the line to home plate. It's wide of the first base, rather home plate bag on the first base line. Rivera scores on a sac fly from Zach Geloff. Well, Geloff does his job, brings the run home. A sac fly for him and his 5th RBI of the season. And it's 2-1 Kalamazoo in the bottom of the 4th. Growlers take their second lead of the ball game. They led 1-0, now they lead 2-1. And Dakota Gutowski to bat for Kalamazoo. Righty on righty, first pitch from Kane. Breaking ball hits him in the back. That time it did not touch his baseball bat. That one hit Gutowski about square on the numbers on the back. And he walks on to first base with a 2-out hit batsman. First hit by pitch for Cooper Kane, whose wild pitch got Gabe Rivera to second base and ultimately allowed him to score on the sac fly. 2 earned runs allowed for Rivera today, or for Cooper Kane, as Rivera scored that second run. Now Austin Knight, the shortstop, first pitch. Check swing on a fastball high, did not go around, 1-0. Knight was caught backwards looking. Backwards K, first time up, he's 0 for 1. Tennessee product, here's the 1-0 pitch from Kane. Fastball misses well outside, 2-0. That was pitch number 70 from Cooper Kane today. It's 2-0 on Austin Knight. Here's the pitch. Up and in on a fastball, 3-0. Cooper Kane behind on the 8-hitter Knight. With Jake Topolsky on deck for Kalamazoo. Kane has struggled with his control in this inning. That is only downside today. 3-0 to Knight, here's the pitch. And a fastball is in for a strike outside corner, 3-1. He struggled with control back in the first inning, does so here back in the fourth inning. Second and third were in short order. 3-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Austin Knight swings away and it's strike 2. 3 balls and 2 strikes to count. Jake Topolsky waits on deck. It's 2-1 Kalamazoo. We're in the bottom half of the fourth inning. Runner on first and Dakota Katowski. Pitch on 3-2 is in there, strike 3 call. Knight thought it was ball 4, but he is rung up. And Cooper Kane has 7 strikeouts. 1 run on no hits and 1 man stranded. A sac fly by Zach Geloff brings home Gabe Rivera, and Kalamazoo grabs a 2-1 lead right back. Four innings in the books in Kalamazoo, Michigan, Homer Striker Field. Rivets trail 2-1. The Growlers, a sac fly by Zach Geloff gets home Gabe Rivera in the bottom of the fourth inning. The run charge to Cooper Kane, his second earned run today. 9-1-2 for the Rivets. Andrew Wilhite leads off against Spencer Juergens. Here's the first pitch. The fastball missed away. 1-0 to Wilhite. So for Kane, that's 2 earned runs. The Rivet starters over the last 4 games had allowed just 1 earned run total. Here's the 1-0 to Wilhite. Swings and grounds 1 to second base. A hard ground ball for Topolsky. Plenty of room. He throws out to first. Here's the first down. So Rockford coming into today's game on the road trip, 4 games in 23 1/3 innings by the starters. They had allowed just 1 earned run. 24 strikeouts. That's more than 1 per inning. But in this ball game, 2 earned runs allowed by Cooper Kane, and he trails the game 2-1. But he has struck out 7 over 4 innings. 1 away in the top of the 5th for Josh Dudden. Rockford trails 2-1. Nobody on base. Dudden is 1 for 2 with a single and a line out to left field. The lefty against the righty, Juergens, who fires the first pitch. Swing and a miss at a ball in the dirt. A off-speed pitch from Juergens at 75. 0-1 on Dudden. Juergens from Washington, Missouri. The Missouri Tiger, 6'4" righty. 6'4", 240. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Dudden. Swinging a liner left side and foul. 0-2. Nolan Snyder follows Josh Dudden. 0-2 to Dudden. Pitch. Off-speed pitch well away from the zone. 1-2. Rockford looking for their 3rd straight win, all here on the road. Looking to sweep this Kalamazoo series. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Dudden with 1 out. Fastball grounded up the middle. That is past the second baseman for a base hit. Topolsky couldn't get to it, moving to his right. just off to our right of the second base bag. That ball just dribbled up the infield, and a base hit for Josh Dutton. And Dutton, the future Creighton Blue Jays, got a multi-hit game. His 5th multi-hit game of the season. Pushed up to the leadoff spot by Josh Kahn. Not something you very often see. And he's produced with a couple of hits today. And now Nolan Snyder looks to bring him in, or at least closer, with 1 man out. 0 for 2 on the day is Snyder, the former Growler. First pitch to him, and a fastball misses inside, 1-0. Well, Snyder played 6 games with Kalamazoo to open his Northwoods League season, went 0 for 18. Joined the Rockford Rivets and has done well on this road trip. Has a 2-game hitting streak. Here's a 1-0 pitch from Juergens. And a fastball on the outside for a strike, 1-1. Snyder entering today was 3 for his last 7 over the last 2 games played. Had a multi-hit game yesterday. 2 for 4 with a couple of RBIs against his former team. 1 ball, 1 strike to Snyder with 1 out. Dutton off first. Juergens holds the set from the stretch, the pitch. Fastball misses the outside corner. 86 on a fastball, 2-1. Dutton has 1 stolen base on 2 tries this season. Rockford has 1 base steal in this game, and it was Josh Dutton back in the 1st inning. 2 balls, 1 strike. Pitch to Snyder. Fastball line to left field. Over comes Rodriguez near the line. He can't get there. Rolls to the wall. Hits off the left field wall. Going first to third is Dutton. Snyder is holding at second base with a stand-up double. What a road trip for Nolan Snyder. Back-to-back games with a hit against his former team. 3 straight overall with a hit. He notches a double with 1 man out to move runners to second and third for Tom Jostin. Nolan Snyder with his 2nd double of this road trip. Had a double to the gap in left center field against Battle Creek a couple of days ago. He hits one down the left field line here in Kalamazoo. A ball that 2-hopped the left field wall. Second and third now and 1 man away for the hottest man on this road trip, and Tom Jostin. He's 0 for 1 with a walk his last time out. Lefty against the righty Juergens, who fires the first pitch. And a fastball misses away, 1-0. Jostin batting .235 with 1 home run and 14 RBIs. The future UCF Knight, the sophomore from Marshalltown Community College in Iowa. Stepping off the mound, Spencer Juergens. Jostin, the Rockford DH, batting in the 3-hole. 7 for 17 on this road trip. 1-0 pitch, swinging a pop-up, left side foul, 1-1. So Jostin batting over .400 on this road trip. Jostin with 3 hits yesterday and a couple of RBIs. He's had 2 games of 3 hits in this series, or in this road trip rather. 1 ball, 1 strike to Jostin with 1 out, second and third, 2-1 Kalamazoo. Pitch, and a fastball hits the dirt and bounces to catcher Rudy Maxwell, 3-1. First base is open for Tom Jostin. That's the only one. Cleanup batter Matt Higgins on deck, who singled his last time up. Jostin with a couple of 3-hit games in this road trip. 1 against Battle Creek and 1 yesterday against the Growlers. Here's a 2-1 to Jostin. Swinging a foul back left side. And the count is 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Tom Jostin. Up with 1 man out. A sellout crowd here in Kalamazoo, Michigan. The home team leads 2-1. Dutton at third, Snyder at second base with 1 out for Rockford. The DH, Tom Jostin, with a 2-2. Pitch from Juergens. Fastball swinging a fly ball left field. Over towards the foul line. There's no play in left for Rodriguez. Hits the concourse. Another fly ball to the opposite field, foul by Jostin. And it's still 2-2. 69 pitches now for Spencer Juergens. And Matt Higgins waits on deck for Rockford. Looking to tie this game. The go-ahead run is in scoring position, as is the tying run. Second and third, 1 out. 2-2 to Jostin, the pitch. Up and away, 3-2, a fastball. And Jostin draws the count full from Spencer Juergens. Jostin has 4 RBIs against Kalamazoo in his season. 2 of them came yesterday. 3-2 from Juergens, the pitch. Ball taken outside, ball 4, and Jostin draws a walk to load the bases. A huge walk on 7 pitches on a 3-2 count for Tom Jostin. And that brings up Matt Higgins with the bases loaded, but not before a conversation with pitching coach Zane Gonzalez and the battery. Action in the Rockford bullpen, action in the Kalamazoo bullpen. Both relievers have guys getting ready. And Matt Higgins to bat against Spencer Juergens with the bases loaded and 1 man out in the top of the 5th. 2-1 Kalamazoo leads Rockford. Let's check the Great Lakes East scores. Traverse City has gotten within 1 run of Battle Creek. They trail 3-2 the Pitts Bitters at the bottom of the 4th inning. Kenosha won game 1 yet today over Kokomo 6-0. Game 2 was scoreless in the bottom half of the 1st in Kenosha. Battle Creek needs the win if you're Rockford after Kokomo lost today. Traverse City battled back yesterday from an early deficit to win 12-4. They battled back from 3-0 down to trail by just 1 in the 4th inning. We'll have our eye on that for sure. So Matt Higgins to bat. The lefty batter for Rockford, the left fielder from Bellarmine, Kentucky. 33 hits on the season, leads the Rockford team. He's batting .292, top batting average for Rockford. He's surpassed Jake Vanderwall. Singled his last time out. The most consistent Rockford hitter, up with the bases loaded and 1 out against Spencer Juergens. First pitch, fastball swinging a ground ball between first and second, a base hit. That one scores Dutton. Snyder rounds third base. He comes in, tries to score. The throw home is on the line, but it hops off the catcher's glove. Maxwell around third base. Joseph, he holds there. In at second base with an RBI single is Matt Higgins. Both Dutton and Snyder both score to make it 3-2 Rockford. Joseph moves to third base, and Matt Higgins drives in 2 with an RBI single. Higgins does his job for Rockford. 12 RBIs now for the sophomore from Bellarmine. And Rockford jumps out in front. Their first lead today. It's 3-2. And that brings up Jake Vanderwall with 2 in scoring position for him. What a response for Rockford. Higgins with 2 hits today and 2 RBIs. Here's Vanderwall, who's 0 for 1 with a walk today. They ground out his last time up. He has 15 RBIs and 2 home runs of his own. First pitch. Ball taken outside, a fastball, 1-0. This could be all for Spencer Juergens here this 5th inning. Action in the Kalamazoo bullpen. Same with Rockford. Trevin Eubanks warming up for the Rockford Rivets. 1-0 to Vanderwall, the pitch. Check swing on a breaking ball is no swing, 2-0. Ball was in the dirt and outside. Vanderwall is ahead 2-0 on Juergens with runners on second and third. Joseph at third base and Higgins over at second. 3-2 Rockford, 2 runs home on a Higgins RBI single. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Vanderwall swings and flies one foul left side. Out of play it goes, 2-1. Vanderwall, the redshirt junior from Long Beach State, Grand Rapids, Michigan native. Had a 4-game hitting streak snapped yesterday. Looking to get back on the board today. He's 0 for 5 with a walk in this series. 2-1 with 1 out. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, misses high and away, 3-1. And Juergens can't find the strike zone in this 5th inning. A leadoff ground out by Wilhite started things off, but since then it's been single, double, walk, RBI single. And Vanderwall ahead 3-1 on Juergens. Here's the pitch. Fastball swinging a liner, first base side, a base hit. That one scores Jostin. Higgins stops at third base, and Vanderwall has an RBI single himself. His first hit of this series scores Tom Jostin. Back-to-back RBI base knocks, and Rockford takes a 4-2 lead here with the 5th. Runners on the corners now for Aaron Mann, but he will not face Spencer Juergens. After 4 1/3, he is given the hook by head coach Cody Pachaki, and a reliever to come out of the bullpen for Kalamazoo. We'll identify him after this. A 4-2 Rockford lead, top of the 5th. Top of the 5th in Kalamazoo. Rivets have a 4-2 lead. They've got 3 runs across in this inning. So Jake Vanderwall, the Grand Rapids native, singles in a run, and that brings in new pitcher Andrew Verbrugge, a Grand Rapids native himself. He'll face Aaron Mann to lead things off in his appearance in the 5th. Runners on 1st and 3rd and 1 man out, both the responsibility of Spencer Juergens. First pitch to Aaron Mann. And a fastball on the outside corner for a strike. A 3/4 delivery for Andrew Verbrugge. Aaron Mann is 0 for 2 today. At 3rd, it's Higgins, Vanderwall over at first base. Back-to-back RBI singles for Higgins and Vanderwall. 0-1 on Mann. Pitch. A fastball well outside, 1-1. Blocked on a backhand by catcher Rudy Maxwell. Rockford with their first lead of the ball game. They lead 4-2. Looking to extend it here with 2 on base and 1 out. 1 ball, 1 strike to Mann. Pitch from Verbrugge. Well outside, it skips away from Maxwell. Can't find the baseball. Circles back to get it. In to score Matt Higgins as Vanderwall moves up to second base. Matt Higgins scores on the wild pitch. And it's 5-2 Rockford. 4 runs home in this inning. The run is charged to the starter, Spencer Juergens. His 5th run allowed and his 4th earned. And Rockford now leads by 3. It's 5-2 in the top of the 5th. 2-1 to Aaron Mann from Spencer Juergens. Pitch. Fastball misses away, 3-1. Juergens on the season looking at his numbers. Rather, Verbrugge looking at his numbers. The ERA of 6.14 this season. Record of 0-1. 3-1 to Mann. Here's the pitch. Swinging a liner, 3rd base side. That's through for a base hit. Down the line it goes near the corner. Around 3rd to score, Jake Vanderwall. Going to second base, Aaron Mann. He is in there sliding with a 1-out double and an RBI. Jake Vanderwall comes in to score for Rockford to make it 6-2. A worm burner at 3rd base that got past the 3rd baseman Geloff. Right down the line, it straddled and rolled toward the corner in left field. And a double for Aaron Mann and an RBI makes it 6-2 Rockford in the 5th. The Rivets pouring it on now. Back-to-back all ball games with a 5-run inning. Now here's Brendan Comia with Mann at second base and 1 out. Pitch. Swinging a grounder foul, 3rd base side. It chops out of play. 0-1. 3 straight RBI knocks. Matt Higgins, Jake Vanderwall, Aaron Mann. Mann with the double. The second double of this inning for Rockford. Nolan Snyder had a double earlier in the 5th. 11th RBI for Mann this season. Here's the 0-1 to Comia. Breaking ball, falls over the plate on the top half, 0-2. Comia 0 for 2, has not reached base today. Has grounded out and lined out today. Freshman from Illinois up with 1 out. 0-2 from Andrew Verbrugge to Brendan Comia. The righty holds, here's the pitch, 0-2. Ball gets away again from Rudy Maxwell, and Mann goes to 3rd base. Another wild pitch thrown by the reliever Andrew Verbrugge. And that brings Mann 90 feet away with the sac fly well in play here. Comia with 1 man out and a 1-2 count. Rockford leads 6-2, top of the 5th. Another run 90 feet away in Aaron Mann. Brendan Comia with a 1-2 count on him with 1 away. Pitch from Verbrugge. Fastball swinging a high fly ball left field toward the line. This ball tailing foul in that home run distance all the way. That one cleared the Miller Lite Bear Trap, the adults only area there out in left field. That one cleared that and then some. Close to maybe 350 feet off the bat from Comia, but the ball was just a few feet foul. 1-2 again. Swinging a line drive left field. Over comes Rodriguez near the line. He makes the catch on a line drive. Mann thought about going, but holds up. The ball was caught on a line drive in left field, middle distance, and Mann does not opt to go on Rodriguez at left. And there's 2 away for Mason Minzy. Minzy had the first Rockford RBI, came back in the 2nd inning. An RBI single to score Jake Vanderwall. Rockford's first run of the game. He's 1 for 2 with that and a ground out to second base his last time. Up with 2 out here in the 5th. 6-2 Rockford. First pitch. Swinging a fly ball left field. Rodriguez tails over near the line. That ball falls foul near the Rockford bullpen. In fact, it goes right into the bullpen. And the count is 0-1. Minzy, a switch hitting catcher, batting lefty. Verbrugge, a right-handed reliever. Verbrugge spelled V-E-R-B-R-U-G-G-E. Verbrugge. We have the line on Spencer Juergens now with both his inherited runs crossing the plate. 0-1 to Minzy with 2 out. Pitch. Low in the dirt, ball 1. Blocked that time by Maxwell. So 4 1/3 for Spencer Juergens. 5 earned runs, 6 total runs allowed on 6 hits. Struck out just 1 and walked 3 in 76 pitches. Would be his first decision of the season. The reliever turned starter for this game. 1-1 to Minzy. Steps out. Does the Rockford catcher, the freshman from Texas Tech. 6'2", 195. 1-1 coming from Verbrugge. Here's the pitch. Fastball outside, 2-1. Andrew Wilhite would be next. Minzy, the last man up to bat for Rockford in the 5th inning, who hasn't yet. This is the 9th man to bat. If Minzy gets on, Rockford will have batted around. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Fastball skips away from Maxwell, heads to the backstop, in to score on the play, Aaron Mann, and it's 7-2 Rockford. 3 wild pitches in this ball game by Andrew Verbrugge in just 3 batters faced. 2 runs come home on wild pitches. A tumultuous inning for the Kalamazoo pitching staff. And it's 7-2 Rockford. A dream for the Rivets. 6 runs home in the 5th. And the count 3-1 on Minzy. Here comes the pitch from Verbrugge. It's well inside, ball 4. And a walk drawn by Minzy to keep the inning alive for Rockford. That brings up Andrew Wilhite. So Rockford has batted around. Wilhite, the 10th man to bat in the inning. He led off the inning with a 4-3 ground out. He ground out to second base. Then after that, 6 straight Rockford Rivets reached base and all scored. Wilhite in the game is 0 for 2. Here's the first pitch. Fastball looped to the left center field. That's getting down to the gap for a base hit. Could be extra bases. Rolls toward the warning track. Going to third base is Minzy. He's waved around. He will score. Standing at second base is Andrew Wilhite with an RBI double. The line keeps on moving for Rockford. 7 runs home in the 5th inning, and they lead 8-2. The first pitch Wilhite sees. He laces one to the left center field gap. That rolled all the way to the warning track. And Andrew Wilhite picks up his 7th RBI of the season. 7 runs home in the inning for Rockford. And out comes the pitching coach, Zane Gonzalez, for Kalamazoo. And that'll be all for Verbrugge. A new reliever coming in. Verbrugge gets just 1 out and allows 2 runs himself. A tumultuous inning continues with Josh Dutton coming up, the 11th man to bat for Rockford. He'll face a new pitcher after this. Top of the 5th still. The 3rd pitcher of this inning for Kalamazoo is the lefty Dion Henderson, the 6'4", 190-pound sophomore from Texas Christian, TCU, the Detroit, Michigan native with an ERA of 22.85 this season. Yes, 22.85. He has pitched 4 1/3 innings and allowed 11 earned runs over 5 appearances. First time he's faced Rockford. There's 2 out in the top of the 5th inning, and Josh Dutton, the lefty, to face the lefty Dion Henderson, with Will Light on second base. A 7-run 5th inning with just 1 out to get for the Kalamazoo pitching staff. And Dutton has 2 hits today. He's 2 for 3 with a run scored. Both singles. Henderson looking to improve on his ERA of almost 23. Josh Dutton up to 304 batting average on the season. Here's the first pitch from Henderson. Ball thrown over the head of Dutton, somehow caught by the catcher Maxwell as Dutton ducked out of the way, 1-0. Dutton's 304 batting mark is now tops on the Rockford team live, surpassing Higgins and Vanderwall today with a couple of hits. 1-0 from Henderson. The lefty sets from the stretch, belt high set, and fires the pitch to Dutton. Fastball, this time it's over the plate, strike 1. Henderson last pitched 2 days ago at Kenosha in a 5-4 win in 11 innings and pitched a scoreless inning. That was the first scoreless inning he's had this season. 1-1 on Dutton. Henderson sets belt high, here's the pitch. Fastball swinging a liner over second base, down for a base hit for Josh Dutton. Around third to score Andrew Wilhite. Dutton stops at first with an RBI single. And guess what? 8 runs for Rockford in the 5th inning. They lead 9-2. They have batted around and then some. The 12th man to come up now is Nolan Snyder, who doubled earlier in this inning. He's 1 for 3 today, the former Kalamazoo Growler. 9-2 Rivets, top of the 5th inning, an 8-run 5th. They've got 8 runs on 7 hits in this inning. The righty Snyder, the lefty Henderson now with Dutton off first. Here's the first pitch. Fastball is taken for a strike, 0-1. Fastball at 88 from Dion Henderson. For Dutton, that's his 7th RBI, a 3-hit game for Josh Dutton. He's had an excellent series as well. He's 5 for 8. Here's the 0-1 to Snyder. Swinging a fly ball into right field, shallow right, coming on Katowski. Katowski makes the catch, and that finally puts an end to the inning. A round of applause from the fans. Not sure if it's a Bronx cheer or not. 8 runs on 7 hits for Rockford and 1 man left. Rockford 9, Kalamazoo 2, bottom of the 5th coming up at Homer Stryker Fields. A new pitcher on for Rockford in the bottom half of the 5th inning. It's Rivets 9, Growlers 2 here at Homer Stryker Field in Kalamazoo, Michigan. Rockford blows the door open in the top of the 5th with 8 runs on 7 hits. Trevor Eubanks to face Jake Topolsky, and the righty's first pitch is a fastball on the outside corner, a strike at 90 miles an hour. 0-1 from Eubanks. Looking at Trevor Eubanks, senior from Valdosta State, the Florida native. Here's the 0-1 to Topolsky, and an off-speed pitch is inside, 1-1. ERA of 1.35, 2 wins, no losses for Eubanks. His last 2 times he's appeared in a ball game, he's gotten a win. Could be 3 in a row here. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Topolsky. Just missed off the inside corner, another breaking ball, 2-1. Well, Cooper Kane went 4 innings, allowed 2 earned runs, but he's not in line for a win. He did not go the full 5. So Trevor Eubanks could be getting that 3rd win in a row for Rockford in relief. 2-1 on Topolsky, the pitch. Fastball swinging a ball right back to Eubanks, snaps it up and underhands on to Aaron Mann at first for the out. A comebacker does not fool Eubanks, and there's 1 away in the 5th. So 8 runs on 7 hits for Rockford. That ties the highest scoring inning for Rockford this season. Tied with, well, the last game against the Growlers at Rivets Stadium. On June the 8th in an 11-2 victory, Rockford had an 8-run 2nd inning. They have 8 runs here against the Growlers in the top of the 5th here in Kalamazoo. It's 9-2 in the bottom half of the 5th. And Clay Owens to face Eubanks. First pitch. The fastball is in there for a strike above the knees, 0-1. So Kane goes 4 innings, allows 2 runs on 2 hits, struck out 7, walked 2, a career high in strikeouts. Has yet to surpass 4 innings in a start this season as Cooper Kane. 0-1 to Owens from Eubanks. Swinging a foul back at the plate. Off-speed pitch from Trevor. The count is 0-2. Eubanks, a senior from Valdosta State, replaces the junior from Valdosta State. It's VSU guys, both from Florida, replacing one another for Rockford on the mound. Eubanks' longest appearance is 2 innings. He begins the 5th inning of work here. 0-2 on Clay Owens, who was 0 for 1 today with a strikeout. Here's the pitch. Fastball swinging a grounder hard to second base, picked up by Dutton, throws on to first in plenty of time to retire Clay Owens, who is wearing number 35 today, not 22 in the alternate yellow uniforms. And there are 2 down to the 5th. Sends up Mika Rodriguez to the plate. Rodriguez 1 for 2, has one of the Growlers' 2 hits today. It's been an all-around incredible offensive performance for the Rockford Rivets. One they need before coming back home for 5 straight home games tomorrow, a doubleheader against Battle Creek at 5 Central Time. First pitch to Rodriguez. The ball inside off the glove of the catcher Rudy Maxwell, 1-0. Rockford looking to go 3 games above 500. Would be their best record all season, above 500, I believe. Looking for a 3rd straight win. Going into 5 winnable home games to end the first half of the season. Here's a 1-0 on Rodriguez. The pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Fastball, rather foul tipped into the glove of Maxwell. Outer half fastball at 92 miles an hour from Eubanks. It's 1-1. Out of town scores we'll check in a moment. 1 ball, 1 strike the count on Rodriguez. Pitch from Eubanks. Fastball catches the outer half, and it's 1-2. Well, Traverse City now leads 5-3 in the top of the 6th inning. Kenosha leads Kokomo 2-0 in the bottom half of the 2nd. Favorable for Kenosha, not favorable for Battle Creek. 1-2 to Rodriguez. Eubanks from the stretch fires the pitch. Fastball swing and a miss. Rodriguez can't catch up to it, and Trevor Eubanks fires a 1-2-3 5th inning. We are official here in Kalamazoo. Rivets 9, Growlers 2. Top of the 6th inning, an official game here in Kalamazoo, and much to the mercy of many of the Kalamazoo Growler fans, it's 9-2 Rivets over the Growlers. Rivets looking for a sweep over the Growlers. The first time this season. This is the 3rd series these two teams have played. Rockford also looking to even up the season series at 3 games apiece. Kalamazoo split up the first 2 games here in Kalamazoo. Then they split in Rockford back on June 7th and 8th. And here it's the Rivets looking for a 2-game sweep for the first time here on the road in Kazoo for their 3rd straight road win. Looking to at least keep pace with Traverse City and surpass Kokomo in the standings. Tom Joseph leads off the 6th against Dion Henderson. Back for the 6th inning after getting the final out of the 5th. Here's the first pitch to Jostin. Fastball misses outside, 1-0. Jostin walked on 7 pitches and scored a run the last inning. Rockford scored 8 runs by 8 different players in the last inning. 8 runs on 7 hits. Here's a 1-0 pitch to Jostin. Fastball down and outside in the dirt, 2-0. Henderson came in and allowed a base hit, an RBI single to Josh Dutton, then got a flyout from Nolan Snyder to end the inning. 2-0 to Jostin, lefty on lefty battle here to begin the 6th. Pitch. Fastball misses off the outside, 3-0. And Jostin looks to walk once again. He's walked twice today. He's 0 for 1 with a pair of bases on balls in the 3rd and the 5th. Here he is in the 6th, a 3-0 count. Pitch on the way. Fastball is inside, called a strike. 3-1. 91 miles an hour, the fastball from Dion Henderson, the sophomore from TCU. 3-1, pitch. Fastball is off the outside corner, a bit high as well. That's ball 4. And Jostin walks for the 3rd straight at bat. He's on board on 5 pitches, and that brings up Matt Higgins. Higgins had a 2 RBI single back in the 5th inning. Also scored a run, but who didn't for Rockford? Brendan Comilla was the only Rockford Rivet not to score a run. In fact, he's 0 for 3 today. Only Rockford Rivet not to score a run, let alone be on base. Higgins a lefty against the lefty, Dion Henderson. On first base, Tom Jostin. Lefty set, spelled high. Here's the first pitch. Fastball is over the outside corner, a strike below the belt. 0-1 to Higgins, who was 2 for 3 with a couple of singles today and 2 RBIs. Brings a season total of 12 and his batting average up to 298. Here's the 0-1 from Henderson. Fastball is just above the dirt on the outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. This capacity crowd here in Kalamazoo has stayed through an 8-run Rockford inning. 1-1 to Higgins. Henderson belt high set pitch and a throwback to first base after he faked going to the plate. Did not balk on that as Jostin took a step in the wrong direction but got back standing ahead of the Clay Owens tag. Count 1 ball and 1 strike. 9-2 Rockford, top of the 6th in Kalamazoo. Here's the pitch and a throwback to first base again. Traverse City continues to lead Battle Creek. 5-3 in the 6th inning. 1-1 to Higgins. Here's the Henderson pitch. The fastball is foul tipped back to the glass. There is some hockey-style dasher boards behind home plate with plexiglass above that, and then the netting even higher. There's some seating right there beyond home plate, right up against the plexiglass. A nice touch here in Kalamazoo. An unconventional one, but a nice one. 1-2 to Matt Higgins. With Jostin off first base, Rockford leads by 7 in the 6th inning. Here's the 1-2 from Dion Henderson. Breaking ball is fouled away. Just missed Jake Vanderwall in the on-deck circle, who ducked his head. Vanderwall's all right. And they need Jake Vanderwall. He's got 2 hits and 2 RBIs today, standing in the on-deck circle. Count 1-2 on Matt Higgins. Well, Battle Creek blew a 3-0 lead early in the ball game yesterday against Traverse City. They lost 12-4. They blew a 3-0 lead in today's ball game. They trail 5-3 in the top of the 6th. But Rockford needs Battle Creek to come through. They have not in that 2-game series. 1-2 on Higgins. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball in there. Strike 3 call. Nice pitch at 75 by Dion Henderson. Right over the plate for a strikeout to get Matt Higgins. There's one away. The first strikeout for Dion Henderson in today's ball game. Just his second strikeout of the season. That brings up Jake Vanderwall. Entering today's game, including today's game stats, Henderson has 2 strikeouts and 15 walks. An ERA of nearly 23 coming in, but no runs allowed today. Here's Vanderwall with 1 man out. And the first pitch from Henderson is in for a strike, 0-1. Vanderwall 2 for 3 today, or check that, 1 for 2 today with a single and an RBI and a walk. Here's an 0-1 from Dion Henderson. The pitch, breaking ball, half swing. I don't think he went around. Ball got away from the catcher, Maxwell. On to second base on the play goes Tom Jostin. And it is 1 ball and 1 strike to Jake Vanderwall. With a 10th Rockford runner, Tom Jostin in scoring position. Rockford won a game by an 11-2 score against Kalamazoo back on June the 8th that featured an 8-run inning. It's 9-2 Rockford here in the top half of the 6th. 1-1 to Jake Vanderwall, lefty on lefty. Jostin off second base for Rockford, not being held on. Dion Henderson on 1-1, fires to the plate. And a fastball misses outside. 2 balls and 1 strike to Jake Vanderwall. Vanderwall back in the hit column after an 0-for-4 night yesterday. Up to 16 RBIs, has 2 home runs to boot, an average of .293. Josh Dutton now has the Rockford lead in batting average after an impressive series. Here's a 2-1 to Vanderwall from Dion Henderson. Well outside, ball 3 on a fastball. Nice block by Maxwell with his glove. Count 3-1. Well, Dutton in his last 2 games, including today in this series, is 5 for 8. Tom Jostin's hitting above 400 in this road trip. And he's got 3 walks today. 3-1 to Jake Vanderwall with 1 man out. Henderson from the stretch, the third base side. Glove at his belt. Here's the 3-1 pitch. And a fastball swing and a miss by Vanderwall for strike 2. Couldn't time it properly. And Vanderwall, who has 27 strikeouts to lead the Rockford team coming into action, rather second best on the Rockford team coming into action today, in danger of striking out for the first time. It is 3-2 from Dion Henderson. He just struck out Matt Higgins. The lefty waits. Looks back at second. Now deals the payoff pitch to Vanderwall. Swing and a miss. And Vanderwall goes down swinging. Back-to-back strikeouts by Dion Henderson. And Jake Vanderwall goes down for the second out of the 6th. That's the first time this season Dion Henderson has multiple strikeouts in an appearance. He had just 1 strikeout in his first 5 appearances entering action today. He's got 2 in back-to-back batters here with the 6th. And that brings up Aaron Mann. Mann was the first guy Andrew Verbrucki faced back in the 5th inning. Remember him? Allowed an RBI double. Mann is 1 for 3 with that double and the run batted in. First pitch from Henderson is a fastball off the outside corner for a ball. 1-0. Mann with 11 RBIs this season. The freshman from Drury, playing his 6th straight game. Has hits in both games in this series. Batting .211. Here's his 1-0 pitch. And a fastball misses at the letters for ball 2. 2-0 on Aaron Mann. All right, still close on that Traverse City result. They continue to lead 5-3 in the bottom half of the 6th inning at Pitt Spitters Park. They've won 6 straight games, the Pitt Spitters. 2-0 to Mann. Pitch from Henderson. And a fastball falls just off the plate again, 3-0. 3 balls and no strikes on Aaron Mann. Brendan Comia on deck, looking to get on base for the first time. The only Rockford player not to reach base, not to score a run today, is Brendan Comia. 3 balls, no strikes to Aaron Mann. He does not walk a lot, just 4 times this season. Here's the pitch from Henderson. And a fastball is on the inside corner, a strike, 3-1. 25 strikeouts against 4 walks for Aaron Mann this season. The former strikeouts leader for Rockford. 3-1 the count. Henderson the set. A man on second base in Jostin. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Inside for ball 4, in the dirt as well, and Mann walks on 5 pitches. So Aaron Mann, as he rarely ever does, draws a walk. The second walk given up by Henderson in the 6th inning. And there's 2 aboard for Brendan Comia. So Comia, who has made outs all 3 times he's been up at the plate, he's 0 for 3. Back-to-back lineouts, the last one to left field. Looking to get on base for the first time and potentially get an RBI to boot. He's got 3 RBIs this season, batting .204, the freshman from Illinois. He's been on base all 13 games he's played. So far has not extended that streak today in a game that his team is winning 9-2. In the top of the 6th inning, first and second, 2 out for Comia. Lefty on righty, Comia the right-handed, lefty Dion Henderson. Fires the first pitch to the plate. Fastball inside, 1-0. Henderson with 14 balls and 13 strikes, 27 total pitches. He has not gone beyond 1 inning pitched. He's gone 1 inning exactly today, looking to get his 4th out to end the 6th inning. Here's a 1-0 on Comia. Henderson's pitch. Fastball swing and a miss by Comia, 1-1. Well, Dion Henderson did not play this past season with TCU. Same case as Nick Juer, the Rockford catcher, who is not playing in today's game. Minzy gets the start. 2-1 to Comia. Rather 1-1 with 2 out. Here's the pitch. Fastball swinging and ground ball to shortstop, through for a base hit for Comia. Jostin chugs around third, heads for the plate. Here's the throw. It is not in time, cut off by the pitcher. Rolls beyond toward the backstop, going to third base on the play, and getting there safely is Aaron Mann, and moving up another base is Brendan Comia. An RBI single for Comia, and off a bad attempt to cut it off by the pitcher from the outfield throw. The ball escapes to the catcher right near the backstop. Rather, the pitcher, Dion Henderson. So Mann moves to third, Comia to second on an RBI single. It is 10-2 Rockford here with a 6th. And now every Rockford Rivet has reached base. Comia extends his on-base streak to 14 games out of 14 total he's played. His 4th RBI of the season. And that brings up Mason Minzy. Minzy has an RBI today. He's 1 for 2 with a single and a walk and a run scored. He had the first Rockford RBI back in the 2nd inning. The first Rockford run scored. Up with 2 out, 2nd and 3rd for Rockford. First pitch. Fastball hit back up the middle, caught on the play by the pitcher Dion Henderson to retire the side. Good reflexes by Dion Henderson to end the 6th inning. Rockford leads 10-2. 1 run on 1 hit and 2 men left for the Rivets. They continue to pile on their lead. (10-2) our score. Rockford leads Kalamazoo. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning coming up. Growlers send the middle of their batting order in 3, 4, and 5. Maxwell, Rivera, and Sullivan. against Trevin Eubanks, relieving Cooper Kane after Kane went 4 innings of 2 earned run allowed baseball on just 2 hits as well. So Eubanks in line for the win if he can go and keep this where it is at 10-2. Eubanks, the senior from Valdosta State, improving on his ERA of 1.35, pitched a 1-2-3 fifth inning with a strikeout. Up to face Rudy Maxwell to begin the 6th. Maxwell is 0 for 2 with an RBI ground out. First pitch to him. Eubanks gives him a first pitch strike. Change up that time from Eubanks. Count is 0-1. Maxwell, the big man, the catcher from Duke, 6'4", 230, from Brentwood, Tennessee, just south of Nashville, riding a 5-game hitting streak today. Here's an 0-1 to him. Swinging a ground ball between short and third. Backhanded by Comia, goes off his glove, picks it up off the dirt, and has no play. That's a base hit for Rudy Maxwell to begin the 6th inning, so he extends his hitting streak to 6. An infield hit that Comia could not play in time. Would have been a tough play nonetheless. 3rd hit of the game for the Growlers. And a leadoff runner here in the 6th for Gabe Rivera. Rockford 10 runs on 11 hits, no errors. Kalamazoo 2 runs on 2 hits, rather 3 hits now and 1 error. Here's Gabe Rivera now with Maxwell on first base. First pitch. Fastball is dribbled up the first base line and it goes foul. No balls, 1 strike. Rivera walked his last time. He's 1 for 1 with a walk and a run scored today. Singled back in the 1st. His walk came on 9 pitches against Cooper Kane. Pulled after 73 pitches. Not in line for a win. Didn't go the full 5. 0-1 to Gabe Rivera. 7 RBIs this season. Batting .286, the Miami Hurricane. Here's the 0-1 pitch to him. Swinging a ground ball third base side and foul. Change up that time from Eubanks. And the count goes to 0-2. Righty on righty battle. Maxwell over at first base. Nobody out in the bottom of the 6th. It's 10-2 Rockford over Kalamazoo. Growlers batting here at home. Eubanks ahead on Gabe Rivera, 0-2. Here's the pitch. Fastball swinging a ground ball between second and short. Through for a base hit past the second base bag to center field. Picked up by Nolan Snyder out in shallow center. And back-to-back base hits begin the 6th inning for Kalamazoo. First and second, and still nobody out for Jimmy Sullivan. 2 base hits in the game for Gabe Rivera. So Kalamazoo's got 4 hits, and their DH batting in the cleanup spot has 2 of them. Been on base 3 times in 3 plate appearances. And now Jimmy Sullivan comes to the dish. No one warming up in the Rockford bullpen on the left field side of things. Jimmy Sullivan, a lefty against the righty Trevin Eubanks, is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out today. 7 RBIs this season. Center fielder from Virginia. First pitch. Fastball lined at a left field line and well foul, 0-1. So Rodriguez followed by Zach Geloff. Rather, Sullivan followed by Zach Geloff. The 2 guys from UVA. Drew Blakely, yesterday's catcher, is a Virginia Cavalier as well. 0-1 on Jimmy Sullivan, the center fielder. Eubanks looks back at second. Here's the pitch on 0-1. Fastball, swing and a miss. A weak swing that time from Sullivan. Went around after he tried to hold back, and the count is 0-2. Gabe Rivera over at first. Rudy Maxwell is at second base. Nobody out in the bottom of the 6th against Trevin Eubanks. It's Rockford 10 and Kalamazoo 2. Final game of a 5-game road stretch for Rockford. They've won the 3 of the first 4. Looking to make it 4 or 5 today. Eubanks steps off the mound, sweeps off some dirt from the pitching rubber, steps on the first base side now. He'll go from the stretch as he always does. Runners on or not. 2 on base right now with nobody out. 0-2 to Jimmy Sullivan. Pitch. Breaking ball is in there. Strike 3 call. Nice changeup by Trevin Eubanks to retire Sullivan and punch him out. Second strikeout for Trevin. And Sullivan is 0 for 3 today. 1 man down here in the 6th. Now Zach Geloff. Geloff responsible for the most recent Kalamazoo run scored. A sac fly back in the bottom of the 4th to score Gabe Rivera. He is 0 for 1 with that sac fly today. The righty against the righty Eubanks. First and second, 1 out. Here's the pitch. And a slider is on the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. Kalamazoo looks to make this more of a ball game here. They trail 10-2. They've got 4 hits to Rockford's 11. Been an all-around showcase on the offensive side for Rockford. Their pitching hasn't been bad either. The ball is 1 strike to Geloff, the Cavalier, the UVA. Here's the pitch. Slider, half swing. He went around, strike 2. Count is 0-2 on Geloff with Dakota Kotowski on deck. Kotowski, the only non-Power 5 guy in the lineup, attends Missouri State from the Missouri Valley Conference. Still a Division I guy, so it's an all D1 lineup for Cody Bachonki and Kalamazoo. 0-2 to Geloff. Pitch from Eubanks. Fastball swing and a grounder foul, third base side. Count holds 0-2. This Rockford pitching staff, the top ERA in the Northwoods League at 2.82. Looking to keep that way here today, entering a 5-game home stretch to conclude the first half of the season. Rockford's got 3 against Battle Creek, a doubleheader tomorrow, then 2 against Kokomo to finish out the first half. First half ends next Tuesday, July 2nd. Here's the 0-2 to Geloff. Fastball is on the outside corner, strike 3 call. And Eubanks punches out another one. Back-to-back looking Ks for Sullivan and Geloff against Trevin Eubanks. Boy, is this guy good. The first 2 men reach base on back-to-back singles here in the 6th. Neither of them have moved anywhere. 3 strikeouts for Eubanks is a season high, as a matter of fact. He has not gone beyond 2 innings. He's 1 out away from doing just that, going 2 innings here. Dakota Kotowski stands in his way. First pitch from Eubanks. Slider grounded third base side. That's wide of the third base bag. It's a fair ball. Around third base comes Maxwell. He's in to score. The ball rolls toward the corner. Rivera around third base. He scores easily. Stand-up double down the third base line for Dakota Kotowski. That drives in 2 runs to make it 10-4. Well, that's what the Growlers needed. A 2 RBI double just inside the third base line for Dakota Kotowski. RBI is 8 and 9 of the season. His first hit today, and the Growlers put up 2 runs here from the bottom of the 6th to make it 10-4. Austin Knight to bat now, 0 for 2 with a back-to-back looking strikeouts. Eubanks now with runner on second base and Dakota Kotowski. Pitch. Fastball line foul. 0-1. That's the first extra base hit for Kalamazoo. They have 4 singles and a double. 3 hits in this inning. 2 RBIs for Kotowski makes it Rockford 10, Kalamazoo 4. And for Eubanks, that's his first time he's allowed more than 1 earned run in a game this season. His first earned run allowed since his first appearance back on June 13th. Here's the 0-1 to Austin Knight. Pitch. Fastball ground to third base side. This one's right onto the chest of the third baseman who throws on to first. That's Wilhite throwing on to man to retire Austin Knight and retire the side. So 1 run on 3 hits, a 2 RBI double by Dakota Kotowski. It is Rockford 10, Kalamazoo 4, over and out. Top of the 7th inning in Kalamazoo, Michigan. Just past 2 hours elapsed. 2 hours and 10 minutes elapsed here. They're the first 6 innings. Rockford 10, Kalamazoo 4. Andrew Wilhite, Josh Dudden, Nolan Snyder leads off the 7th for the Rivets. Facing Dion Henderson once again, who has gone 1 1/3, already his longest appearance out of the bullpen. 6th appearance for Henderson. Has allowed no runs. But check that, Henderson has allowed 1 run. He did so in the last inning. Faces Wilhite here, lefty on lefty to begin the 7th. First pitch. Fastball swinging a comebacker that hops right to the pitcher. Henderson turns and throws on to first and hops into first base. It's an E1 and Wilhite reaches back. Henderson just short hopped the throw to first baseman Clay Owens. An error on the pitcher brings Wilhite to first base to lead off the 7th inning. The second error for Kalamazoo today as Wilhite reaches base to begin the inning. And for Rockford, Josh Dudden now on the top of the order comes up, and Dudden's had quite the ball game. He is 3 for 4, all 3 singles. He's got an RBI and a run scored, has upped his ERA to 3.16 with a 3 for 4 day, and upped his RBI total to 7. He is 5 for 8 in this series. Up against the lefty Henderson. First pitch to the lefty, Josh Dudden is on the way. Fastball swinging a fly ball to right center field toward the gap. This one coming down near the, oh, what a catch in center field. Jimmy Sullivan robs him. Down to first base, they're gonna get 2, and they do. Unreal. That ball was falling toward the gap. A great catch in center field, or in right center by the center fielder, Jimmy Sullivan. And he hops the throw over to first base to retire Wilhite, who was halfway toward third. Unreal. What a catch by Jimmy Sullivan. That ball was for sure going to drop right near the swamp area, just in front of that blue makeshift short wall. But Sullivan lays out for a catch in right center field and gets the double play. Base is empty with 2 out. Rockford may be winning 10-4. That's the highlight of the night for either team. Put that in the Northwoods League pregame show. That's some SC top 10 material from Jimmy Sullivan, the Virginia Cavalier. First pitch to Nolan Snyder is a strike on a fastball from Henderson, 0-1. That was full extension, laying out in a 10-4 game that your team is losing in the 7th inning. You don't think Jimmy Sullivan wants to play this game? What a play in center field. 0-1 to Snyder. Pitch from Henderson. Fastball misses away, 1-1. I was trying to get the word out for what that wall was. It's the swamp. I forgot what the word was. I was thinking of that, and then Snyder lays out to make a catch. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a foul tip, 1-2 by Snyder. The last thing I expected was Sullivan to lay out and make that catch. I was thinking it would one hop into that wall. It appeared as if it would do so. But Sullivan said, that's not happening today. No ground rule double for you. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Nolan Snyder. Tom Joseph waits on deck. Rockford leads 10-4, top of the 7th inning at Homer Stryker Field. What an amazing catch by Sullivan. That saved a run for sure. Or had it hopped into the wall, second and third, nobody out. Instead, bases empty, 2 out. And a 1-2 count to Nolan Snyder. Henderson kicks away some dirt on the pitcher's rubber. Stares in on the righty Nolan Snyder and sets Spelled high. Here comes a 1-2 pitch from Henderson. Fastball is low and skips away from the catcher. Snyder walks up the first base line to pick up the ball and toss it into the home dugout. Classy move by Snyder, who's a very nice guy, one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. The former Kalamazoo Growler, now the Rockford Rivet. 2-2 to Snyder with 2 men away. Henderson comes set. Here's the pitch on 2-2. Inside fastball, 3-2. Joseph still waits on deck. Rockford with 1 run in the second, 8 runs in the 5th, 1 run in the 6th. Base is empty here in the 7th inning with 2 out. A 3-2 count to Nolan Snyder. Henderson fires the payoff. Fastball swing and a miss. Snyder down on strikes. The applause for Jimmy Sullivan as Deion Henderson faces the minimum. No runs on no hits, 1 error, and nobody left. Stretch time in Kalamazoo. It's 10-4 Rivets. Bottom of the 7th, it's Rockford 10, Kalamazoo 4 here in Kalamazoo, Western Michigan. About 4 hours outside of Rockford, the Rivets will travel back to the 815 after today's game. The lights have come on here at Homer Stryker Field as sun is getting ready to set. It'll set in 2 minutes, 9:24 Eastern time. New pitcher Anthony Holobecki comes in for the 7th inning after Trevin Eubanks allowed 2 earned runs over the course of 2 innings. A 2 RBI double in the last frame by Dakota Katowski with 2 out. He'll face 9-1-2 will Holobecki in the 7th. Jake DePaulsky, Clay Owens, and Nico Rodriguez in the Growler lineup. Holobecki's numbers, this is 6th appearance, ERA of 2.84 this season with a win-loss record of 0-1. Second time he's appeared against Kalamazoo this season. He appeared back on June 7th in Rockford and pitched 3 scoreless innings, his longest appearance of the season. So the first pitch to Jake Topolsky, righty on righty battle, and Holobecki starts it off with a fastball swinging strike from Topolsky. The ball is 1 strike. Holobecki, a second-year Rockford Rivet, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish member from Elburn, Illinois, a junior with ND. 0-1 on Jake Topolsky. The Duke Blue Devil, he's 0 for 2 today with a strikeout and a ground out. 0-1 pitch. Fastball is in there for a strike at the knees, 0-2. Holobecki last season pitched 19 games all in relief. 3.70 was his ERA. Averaged just under 1 strikeout per inning with a win-loss record of 2-3. 0-2 the count to Topolsky. From the letters, Holobecki sets and fires. Fastball is up and away, 1-2. So Holobecki on for the 7th inning. We'll see how many innings he goes after Eubanks went 2. Holobecki's gone as long as 3 innings this season. But since that 3-inning appearance, he's gone no more than 1. Here's the 1-2 to Jake Topolsky, the pitch. Fastball is inside, 2-2. Fastball can reach 90 for Topolsky. Rather for Holobecki on Topolsky. That one at 89. Clay Owens waits on deck, bottom of the 7th inning, leadoff man, and Jake Topolsky with the bases empty. Rockford leads 10-4. 2-2 to Jake Topolsky, the pitch. Fastball swinging a hard grounder to third base. Scooped up by Wilhite. Goes across the diamond to first base. A nice hop by Mann. And that is the first out. Short hop that Mann picks up. And Jake Topolsky retired on the ground. 5-3. That brings up Clay Owens at the top of the batting order for Kalamazoo. Rockford with 10 runs on 11 hits, no errors. Growlers with 4 runs on 5 hits, 2 errors. It's 10-4 Rockford in the bottom of the 7th inning. At Homer Stryker Field in Kalamazoo, a sold-out night on a Friday at Homer Stryker Field. Here's Clay Owens, the lefty, against the righty Holowecki. And the first pitch to him. And a fastball. This is off the outside corner for ball 1. Owens, the Southern California Trojan. Batting average of .291 with 3 RBIs. He is 0 for 2 with a walk today. Entered batting .302, down to .291 with the 2 outs. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Fastball swinging a foul tip to the plexiglass behind home plate. Count 1 ball and 1 strike. Let's look at the out-of-town scores once again. Traverse City has widened their lead to 8-3 over Battle Creek, but so has Kenosha. They lead 8-0 over Kokomo in the top of the 4th. So Battle Creek both times has blown early 3-0 leads to the Traverse City Pit Spitters. Frustrating for the Rivets for sure. Here's the 1-1. Fastball misses away, 2-1. Well, Battle Creek has had Traverse City on the ropes both times. And if Battle Creek sweeps that series, the Rockford Rivets are in first place, just about. Oh, they'd be tied for first. No, they would be leading in first place. Here's a 2-1 pitch to Owens. Fastball swinging a pop-up. Behind short, Comia gives it a look at the shallow outfield left side and calls for it and makes the catch near the foul line, left field. And that retires Owens for the second out. So if not for Battle Creek giving up back-to-back 3-0 leads, Rockford would be in first place in the Great Lakes East right now. But instead, they once again will find themselves a game and a half back with 5 games to play. They've won 3 straight home games, but have made up, or rather road games, but have made up no ground because Traverse City is on their way to winning 7th in a row. Here's Mika Rodriguez, who is 1 for 3 today with a couple of strikeouts and a single. Rockford has also lost 3 of 4 against the Pit Spitters this season. They will not play until the second half as well. First pitch to Mika Rodriguez, swinging a foul back to the glass, 0-1. Rockford plays Battle Creek for 3 games over the next 2 days, then Kokomo for 2. Jackrabbits are currently in second place in the Great Lakes East Division. Looking at the live standings here. Rockford's actually in second place right now with Kokomo having lost today. 0-1 to Rodriguez. Maxwell waits on deck. 2 men away. Base is empty in the 7th inning. 10-4 Rockford. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball is high and outside. 1-1 from Anthony Holowecki, the Fighting Irish product. Rockford still a game and a half back. So if the results hold from today, they would still be a game and a half back. It's got to be frustrating for sure. Here's a 1-1 pitch to Rodriguez. Fastball is on the inside corner, a strike call, and it's 1-2. One and two with 2 out. Holowecki ahead on Rodriguez, looking for a 1-2-3 7th inning in his first inning of relief. He sets letter high, winds and deals the 1-2 pitch to Rodriguez. Swing and a miss. Off-speed pitch down and in, gets Rodriguez to go down swinging. First strikeout for Holowecki, who deals a 1-2-3 7th. We go to the 8th. It's 10-4 Rockford. On to the 8th we go in Kalamazoo, Michigan. Rockford leads Kalamazoo 10-4. The Rivets up by 6. A new Growler pitcher is Caden Helzel, the right-hander from Drury University. 6'1", 200, the Fulton, Missouri native. The Drury Panther with an ERA of 3.45 and a win-loss record of 1-1. His 7th game up here this season, his 5th bullpen appearance. The hybrid starter/reliever. Last pitch 10 days ago against Kenosha. Earned a no decision in 4 innings, allowed 2 runs. First pitch to Tom Jostin is outside, a fastball for ball 1. So a no decision on his last appearance, a start against the Kingfish, and a 12-7 loss against Kenosha. The only time Kalamazoo has lost to the Kingfish. 1-0 is fouled away by Jostin, 1-1 off to the right. Helzel may face his Drury Panther mate Aaron Mann. He is 3 batters away. So if one person gets on for Rockford in the first 3, Mann would be up 4th. Jostin is 0 for 1 today. 3 balls and no strikes to him as that 2-0 misses. Here's a 3-0. Fastball is up in the upper half for a strike. Home plate umpire Rick Freitas calls 3-1. But Jostin is 0 for 1 with 3 walks today. He is ahead in the count 3-1. Here's Helzel's pitch. Fastball swing and a miss to the count 3-2 on Jostin. Fastball that time. Helzel works the count full. 3-2 pitch. Outside ball 4, and guess what? Tom Jostin draws yet another walk. That is 4 walks in the ball game for Tom Jostin. Pretty incredible stuff. If there was a walk equivalent of a golden sombrero, there it is. 4 walks for Tom Jostin. That's the most times any Rockford player has walked, or tied for the most any Rockford player has walked this season. Brings up Matt Higgins with 1 man on and nobody out. Higgins is 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs and a run scored. First pitch is a fastball just off the outside part of the plate for ball 1. The sun has set here in Kalamazoo past 9:30 Eastern time. Lights are on here in Kazoo. 1-0 pitch. Fastball inside, gets away from the catcher, and the catcher, Maxwell, can't find the baseball. It was right behind home plate, but he went to the backstop to try to look for it and could not. And Jostin takes second base on that pitch. Count 2 balls and no strikes on Matt Higgins. Higgins struck out looking his last time up against Dion Henderson. Henderson went 2 1/3, allowed 1 earned run on 2 hits, struck out 3. Longest appearance for him this season. 2-0 to Higgins, the pitch. Fastball well outside, 3-0 to Matt. The Louisville, Kentucky native with a multi-hit game today. One of 2 Rivets, surprisingly, with multiple hits. Rockford's got 11 hits as a team. Josh Dunn the other, he's 3 for 5. 3-0 to Higgins. The pitch from Helzel. Fastball is right down the pipe for a strike, and it's 3-1 to Matt Higgins. Jake Vanderwall is on deck, the right fielder for Rockford. Here in the top of the 8th inning, Rockford leads Kalamazoo 10-4. Here's a 3-1 to Matt Higgins. Pitch. Fastball is off the outside corner, ball 4, and Higgins walks. Back-to-back walks to open the 8th off of Caden Helzel. And catcher Rudy Maxwell comes out to talk with his pitcher, new battery mate, before Jake Vanderwall bats here in the 8th. And that all but guarantees now that Caden Helzel will face Aaron Mann, and it'll be Drury on Drury coming up next. But not before Jake Vanderwall has his say, with 2 on and nobody out. First and second for Rockford, looking to extend on a 10-4 lead here in the top of the 8th inning and earn the series sweep of Kalamazoo for the first time this season, and even the season series at 3 games apiece, and win their 3rd straight as well. Just looking to keep pace with Traverse City in the lead of the Great Lakes East. Oh, how frustrating it is. First pitch to Jake Vanderwall, the lefty. And a pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. Another check of the Traverse City score. It is now 10-3 pit spitters in the bottom half of the 7th. They keep getting runs out there in northern Michigan. Here's an 0-1, Jake Vanderwall. And the pitch. Off speed is off the plate, and it's 1-1. Again, 3-0 leads in both games against Traverse City for the Battle Creek Bombers on the road at the Leelanau Peninsula at Pitt Spitters Park. They've blown them both times and got blown out in both games. Second game pending a final. Here's a 1-1 to Vanderwall. swinging a fly ball foul, slicing into the left field bleachers. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So if if Battle Creek had won both of those games, or just one, Rockford would be in great position, potentially in first place, had Battle Creek swept Traverse City, but not the case. The struggling Bombers, who lost the series against Rockford, the Rivets won 2 of 3 a couple of days ago. Here's a 1-2 on Vanderwall with nobody out the pitch. Fastball, check swing, and Vanderwall goes around for strike 3. First strikeout for Caden Helsel, and Vanderwall is down for the first out of the 8th inning. And that brings up Aaron Mann. So it becomes Drury on Drury. Aaron Mann wearing number 17 in gray. Caden Helsel wearing number 12 in yellow and white. Mann the righty, Helsel the righty. And Aaron Mann, who walked his last time up, he is 1 for 3 with a double RBI today. Here's the pitch. Fastball well outside the Mann, 1-0. See how Helsel approaches Mann, having watched him all season at Drury. Does he play it like any other at bat? We shall see. 1 ball, no strikes. First and second with 1 out. Here's the pitch. Swinging a high pop-up, shallow left field. Rodriguez calls for it. Looks to track the ball, and it drops in center field. Oh my goodness, Mann goes to second base. Going to third on the play is Matt Higgins as Tom Jostin goes to third, Higgins to second, and Mann to first base. Well, Rodriguez put his hands up to track the baseball, and the ball landed in left center field where no one was covering. The lights fooled the Kalamazoo Growlers, and the bases are now loaded. My goodness, it is a single for Mann because the ball didn't touch anybody's glove. The ball ended up closer to center fielder Jimmy Sullivan than the guy who called for it and left, Nico Rodriguez. He put his hands up and was flapping his arms as if to say, I can't see the baseball. And the ball fell harmlessly in left center field. Bases loaded now for Brendan Comia. First pitch. Fastball is on the outside corner, a strike, 0-1. So Joseph moves to third, Higgins to second base, and Aaron Mann now on first with a single that should not have been. 12th Rockford hit today. They've got 10 runs to boot. They lead 10-4, top of the 8th. Bases are loaded once again. Here's an 0-1 to Comia. Just missed off the corner, 1-1 to the outside. Comia had an RBI single his last time back in the 6th, extending his on-base streak to 14 games. He is 1 for 4 with a run batted in. Every Rockford player has been on base today. Here's a 1-1 pitch. Swinging a foul ball, right field side, out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 1 out. Tom Jostin is the only Rockford player without a base hit today, but he's walked 4 times. Can't do much about that. 8 of 9 Rockford players have scored runs. 8 of 9 have hit. All 9 have been on base. 1-2 to Brendan Comia with 1 out. Mason Minzy waits on deck, and time called by the Illinois shortstop. Helsel against Comia. Bases are loaded for Rockford. Corner infielders play in for Kalamazoo. Here's a 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball, swing and a miss, and no, it was foul tipped. Just barely got a piece at Comia as it squibbed away to the right of the catcher. And Comia does stay alive. I didn't hear any contact off the wooden bat, but he did just nick the baseball, and the count is 1-2. Minzy still waits on deck. Comia waits on the 1-2 from Helsel, who has the sign and sets letter high. The righty deals the 1-2 pitch. High for ball 2 to Comia on a fastball, 2-2. First inning of work for Caden Helsel. His pitch count is up to 22. A single and 2 walks allowed by him and 1 strikeout. Runners on the corners with 1 out for Comia. Rather, bases loaded. Here's the 2-2. Outside ball 3. Breaking ball that time. And the count runs full. Bases loaded and no place to put Brendan Comia. Count is 3-2, so no margin for error for Caden Helsel. Helsel has the sign from Rudy Maxwell. He sets letter high, a 3-2 with 1 out the pitch. Fastball is in there, strike 3 call. That one just finds the inside corner. A big strikeout with the bases loaded for Helsel against Brendan Comia. Second strikeout for the Kalamazoo reliever. And that brings up Mason Minzy with 2 out. Rockford leads 10-4. Bases remain loaded. Minzy is 1 for 3 with a walk, a single for an RBI, and a run scored today. Up to 3 RBIs this season. Batting average of 174. Lowest in the Rockford lineup. Here's the first pitch from Helzel. Up and away with a fastball, 1-0 to Mason Minzy. Freshman catcher from Texas Tech, switch hitter batting lefty against the righty Caden Helzel. First game played of this series, got the night off for Nick Jouer yesterday. Here's the 1-0 and a step off by Mason Minzy. He calls time and steps right back in immediately. 1-0 to him. Pitch. Breaking ball got the upper half of the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Andrew Wilhite would be next. No runs on 1 hit, 2 walks for Rockford in this inning. They've got 3 on the base paths. 1-1 with 2 out to Minzy. Pitch. Breaking ball. Can it catch the outside corner? No, as it broke inside. And the count is 2-1. Rockford has 10 runs in this game, so this inning not very pivotal. But still, you want to get at least 1 home. Here's a 2-1. Fastball swinging a ball back out the middle. That goes through the pitcher to second base and a flip to second base for the out. Beautiful play by Jake Topolsky as the ball went right through the wickets of the pitcher. Topolsky flips on his second base for the 4-6 put out. Nice cover by Austin Knight, and a run does not come home. No runs on 1 hit, 3 left for Rockford, still 10-4. Bottom of the 8th coming up. Bottom of the 8th inning, Rockford strands the bases loaded, but no sweat. They've got a 10-4 lead over Kalamazoo here. Rivets to pitch, and Anthony Holubecki back for a second inning of relief. He'll face 3, 4, and 5, Rudy Maxwell, Gabe Rivera, and Jimmy Sullivan. Kalamazoo put 2 runs across back in the 6th. Nothing back in the 7th. A 1-2-3 inning by Holubecki. Out to face Rudy Maxwell, who singled his last time up and scored a run. He is 1 for 3 with an RBI and a run scored. The catcher from Duke, the big man at 6'4", 230. Here's the first pitch from Holubecki, righty on righty, on the way. Fastball, had check swing. Did he go? First base umpire says no. Count is 1 ball and no strikes. 91 on the fastball from Anthony Holubecki. Traverse City now leads Battle Creek 14-3. Kenosha leads Kokomo 8-0. So with the Kenosha sweep, it more or less makes it a 2-man race now in the Great Lakes East for the moment. Here's a 1-0. Fastball swinging a hard chopper to third base. Cannot get through. It's through for a base hit. Cannot be played by the third baseman Wilhite, and the shortstop Brendan Comia went right through their gloves, both of them, between the 5-6 hole. And a leadoff base hit for Rudy Maxwell. He's got a multi-hit game and back-to-back hits for him. That brings up Gabe Rivera, the only other player with multi-hits in today's game. He's 2 for 3 with a walk and 2 runs scored. Been on base all 3 times he's had a plate appearance. The DH from Miami, Florida. From the U, 7 RBIs and a 298 batting average that has been ticked up from 273 with 2 hits today and no outs recorded. First pitch coming from Holubecki from the stretch. Fastball swing and a miss, 0-1. Rudy Maxwell is on first base. He's already got 1 run scored today. Rudy Maxwell had an RBI single back in the first. Dakota Katowski a 2 RBI double back in the 6th inning. It's 10-4 Rockford over Kalamazoo. Sac fly by Zach Geloff, the other run driven in for the Growlers. 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball finds the outside corner. Nice slider from Holubecki. Count is 0-2 with nobody out. Infield looks to turn 2 and clear the bases. Jimmy Sullivan on deck, the defensive star of this game. He's got the play of the night right now. In a game his team is trailing 10-4. No balls, 2 strikes to Rivera. Here's Holubecki's pitch. Fastball swinging a foul tip to the top of the screen. Just trying to fight it off, and he did, 0-2. Rockford's next up against Battle Creek for a 2-game doubleheader of sorts. The resumption of a game that was suspended after 3 innings. Battle Creek leads at 4-2. Then a 7-inning game, the first of which starting at 5:05 Central Time. 3 total games against Battle Creek for a Saturday-Sunday weekend series. Here's an 0-2 to Rivera with the pitch from Holubecki. Fastball inside of the letters 1 and 2. Growlers have 2 games against Kokomo. First of those is 7:05 Eastern Time tomorrow in Indiana at Municipal Stadium. The nicest press box you could say in the Northwoods League East, or the Great Lakes East, aside from Rockford's, obviously. 1-2 to Gabe Rivera. Holubecki sets letter high and fires. Fastball swing and a miss. Check that breaking ball swing and a miss. And down goes Gabe Rivera. Second strikeout for Holubecki. And Maxwell stands at first with 1 out. That brings up Jimmy Sullivan. Sullivan is 0 for 3 today. Had a diving catch in right center field in the last inning. Rather in the 7th inning for Kalamazoo. A SportsCenter top 10 nomination, I'm sure. The Growlers will get on that. They ought to. Sullivan 0 for 3 today with a couple of strikeouts. First pitch. Hops off the glove of the catcher. Minzy heads to the backstop. And the throw comes to second base, and the tag put on, and they get him. Wow. The ball bounced into second base from Maxwell's throw, and Comia, as we saw him do yesterday, all in one motion, take the ball right in front of the base runner and swipe the tag. What a play by the shortstop, Brendan Comia, to get Maxwell off second base on a caught wild pitch. The wild pitch and the caught stealing to second base. Not a stolen base attempt, however. So Jimmy Sullivan now with the 1-0 count and the bases clear and 2 out. Pitch. Swinging a fly ball to center field. Rushing on is the center fielder Snyder. He makes the catch in shallow ground, and that retires the side. What a defensive play by the catcher Mason Minzy and the shortstop Brendan Comia to get Maxwell on the base pass, trying to take second. And Holubecki has faced the minimum through 2 innings, no runs on 1 hit. Nobody left, no errors. On to the 9th we go. It's Rockford 10 and Kalamazoo 4. Top of the 9th inning, Rockford leads Kalamazoo 10-4. New pitcher for the Kalamazoo Growlers is J.T. Rogaszewski, the right-hander from Central Michigan. 6'3", 181 pounds, a junior from CMU. And they'll face Wilhite, Dutton, and Snyder. It's 9-1-2 for Rockford. Here in the top of the 9th inning, Rockford stranded the bases loaded in the last inning, but they still hold a 10-4 lead over the Kalamazoo Growlers, looking to win their 3rd straight all on the road and win 2 games, both of this series. Looking to sweep the series for the first time against Kalamazoo. Wilhite digs in against Rogaszewski. Here's the first pitch from JT. Fastball swing and a miss, and the count is 0-1. Rogaszewski, previously with the University of North Carolina, transferred to CMU, native of Scott Depot, West Virginia. Here's an 0-1 now on Wilhite. The righty sets and deals the pitch. Breaking ball is low, ball 1. Rogaszewski has a 3/4 delivery. Deals from the stretch no matter what, and the bases are empty right now. 1 ball and 1 strike to him, to Wilhite. Wilhite reached on an error his last time. Here's the 1-1. Fastball was in the dirt, in for a strike, 1-2. Was just at the knees. Wilhite doubled back in the 5th inning to score a run. He is 1 for 4 with that RBI and the run scored. Been on base twice today. Here's a 1-2 from Rogaszewski. Pitch. Outside, 2-2. Josh Dutton waits on deck, working on a 3-hit night for the Rivets. He's 3 for 5 with 3 singles, an RBI, and a run scored. 2-2 the count now from Rogaszewski to Wilhite. The righty sets, belt high, and fires the 2-2. It's in there. No, inside, ball 3 on a fastball, 3-2. Hard to see with the pole blocking home plate. We're making do here in Kalamazoo. Full count to Wilhite. Here in the 9th inning, nobody on, nobody out. Here's a payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, and Wilhite goes down on 6 pitches to open the 9th. First strikeout for J.T. Rogaszewski. Rogaszewski appearing for the 2nd time this season. Appeared 2 days ago at Kenosha in the 11-inning game and pitched 1 inning, allowed 1 earned run. So an ERA of 9 entering action today. His first home appearance for Rogaszewski here in Kalamazoo. Now here's Josh Dutton, who's working on a 3 for 5 day. First pitch is a breaking ball well outside in the dirt, 1 ball and no strikes. Dutton, the lefty, the second baseman from Creighton, native of Colorado Springs, Colorado. 5 hits in this series. He's 5 for 9. Here's the 1-0 pitch to him. Fastball inside, and it's ball 2. In the bottom of the 9th, Kalamazoo, in their last chance, will have 6, 7, and 8, Geloff, Kotowski, and Knight. Barring any pinch hitters, there have been no substitutions for either team except on the mound today. 2 balls, no strikes to Dutton. Here's the pitch. That's in there for a strike, 2-1. Rogaszewski, spelled Rogozewski. Rogaszewski. 2 balls and 1 strike to Dutton. Here's Rogaszewski's pitch. And an off-speed pitch misses high, 3-1. Nolan Snyder waits on deck, the former Growler, who's got a double against his former team today. A hit in both games, and in fact a 3-game hitting streak for Snyder, a senior from St. Louis, Missouri. 3 balls, 1 strike to Dutton with 1 out. Here's Rogaszewski's pitch. Fastball is off the mask of the catcher, Rudy Maxwell, and the count is 3-2. The fans that have stayed here through this 10-4 ball game, making some noise. Good amount of fans still left in what was a sellout game at the start here at Homer Stryker Field in Kalamazoo, Michigan. The catcher Maxwell puts his mask back on. He's set to go after being hit in the mask. 3-2 to Dutton now, the lefty against the righty J.T. Rogaszewski with 1 out, bases empty in the 9th. Here's a payoff pitch on the way. Swinging a foul back to the lower part of the screen behind home plate. Count still 3-2. The Bombers have gotten a run back. It's now 14-4. It was 12-4 yesterday. Now it's 14-4 in Traverse City. Kenosha continues to lead 8-0 over Kokomo, looking for a sweep here in the doubleheader today. Dutton steps in with a 3-2 and 1 man out. Third baseman Zach Eloff plays a little bit more in than usual. Here's a 3-2 to Dutton. Pitch from Rogaszewski. Swinging a pop-up, slicing foul, well out of play left side. Remains 3-2. And a fan made a catch on that ball. Nicely done in left field. On the third base side bleachers. This game almost at the 3-hour elapsed mark. Yesterday's game was 2:47 in time. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Rogaszewski with his 8 pitch to Dutton. And it's on the way. Swinging a foul ball left side again, out of play. And Dutton continues to work this at bat. This will be the 9th pitch to tie the longest at bat of the ball game. Kalamazoo's Gabe Rivera walked against Cooper Kane, the Rockford starter, on 9 pitches earlier in the ball game. Well, earlier, the 3rd inning. Here's a 3-2 to Dutton, the pitch. Swinging a slicer to left field, charging on is Rodriguez. He makes the catch in shallow left to retire Dutton. So a 9-pitch at bat goes the way of JT Rogaszewski on the mound. A slicer out to left field, and that retires Dutton for the 2nd out of the 9th inning. Rockford has a bus trip of 4 hours or so back to Rockford, Illinois after today's game. They'll wake up early tomorrow, or maybe not early. They've got a 5 o'clock game. It's 5 o'clock Central Time against Battle Creek. A 6-inning game, then a 7-inning game after the conclusion of the first one against the Bombers. Here's now Nolan Snyder, first pitch. And a fastball on the outside part for a strike. 0-1. It's a Battle Creek team that has not been doing very well for themselves, and Rockford looks to pounce on them. They do lead a game that is suspended by a score of 4-2 in the top of the 4th inning. A rain delay in Rockford a couple of weeks ago. 0-1 pitch. Ball 1 to Nolan Snyder. So Battle Creek now, over the last week, has lost 6 of their last 7 games, in danger of it being 7 of 8. They trail by 10 in Traverse City. Here's a 1-1 to Snyder. Outside on a fastball, 2-1. So Battle Creek has lost 7 of their last 8, spanning the last week of time. Not what you want. It's pretty much a 3-man race now and could be reduced to 2 with Kokomo losing both games today. Here's a 2-1 to Snyder. Swinging a pop-up just beyond the infield, beyond short, and the shortstop calls for it in second baseman's territory, and Austin Knight makes the catch to retire Nolan Snyder on the side. A 1-2-3 ninth by JT Rogaszewski in his first home appearance. Rockford leads 10-4 with 3 outs to go. Bottom of the ninth. Rockford is 3 outs away from being taken back to the place they belong, Loves Park, Illinois, with 4 of 5 wins in their back pocket. Growlers lead off the bottom of the ninth with Zach Geloff against Anthony Holubecki, who has pitched 2 innings, allowed just 1 hit. He's faced the minimum. Geloff is 0 for 2 with a sac fly RBI. He struck out looking his last time up against Trevin Eubanks. 5 RBIs, a .212 batting average for Geloff. The Cavalier leads off against Holubecki, the Irish. First pitch. Fastball misses outside, 1-0. It's ACC on the mound and ACC at the dish right now. Holubecki and Geloff. ND and UVA. Dakota Kotowski on deck, then Austin Knight follows 6, 7, and 8 in the Growler lineup in the bottom of the ninth. 3 outs to play with. Here's the 1-0 to Geloff on the bite. Pitch. Inside of the belt, 2-0. Geloff leans out of the way, and he almost leaned his belt into the pitch. Count is 2-0. Two balls, no strikes, nobody out. Nobody on. 10-4 Rockford, bottom 9. Pitch to Geloff on 2-0. Fastball is in for a strike, low and away, 2-1. Geloff, the Rehoboth Beach, Delaware native. Riding a 3-game hitting streak, he does not have a hit today. 2-1 to Holubecki. Holubecki fires to Geloff. Swinging a looper over right center field. That's caught on a diving play by Vanderwall and right. Nice play by Vanderwall, diving forward to make the catch on a looper to right center field. And Geloff is retired for the first out of the ninth. Excellent play by Jake Vanderwall. Not as good as Sullivan's catch a few innings ago, but not bad for the first out of the inning. And there's 2 outs away for Rockford. 2 outs to get, rather, for Rockford. Here's Dakota Kotowski to face Holubecki. Righty on righty. Kotowski is 1 for 2 with 2 RBIs. Had the 2-run double back in the 6th inning. Also hit by a pitch back in the 4th. The Missouri State Bear. First pitch from Holubecki. Swinging a fly ball slicing toward the right field foul line. Vanderwall gave it a look, but this ball was out of play. And the count is 0-1. Kotowski at 6'5", 230, out of Missouri State. Native of Channahon, Illinois. First game played of the series. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Inside, it hit him on the back of the belt. That one hit Kotowski, and Holubecki allows a 1-out base runner. Second hit batsman for Rockford pitchers today. And both of those men hit were Dakota Kotowski. So Kotowski now has 4 hit by pitches on this season. 3 of them have come against Rockford today, or this season, 2 today. So here's Austin Knight with Kotowski off of first base. Tying runs a few batters away. Austin Knight is 0 for 3 with a ground out and a couple of strikeouts, both looking against Cooper Kane. Here's the first pitch. There's ball 1. Holubecki looking for a 3-inning relief appearance to end the ball game for Rockford. 1 ball, no strikes to Knight, the Tennessee Volunteer. Pitch. Fastball misses inside, 2-0. So Kane not in line for the win. The win goes to the most effective reliever. But Holubecki's also in line potentially for a save if he goes 3 innings. So we shall see how that is scored. Either way, it's 10-4 Rockford in the bottom of the 9th, and there's 1 man away. 2-0 to Austin Knight. Here's the pitch. Fastball upstairs, 3-0. And Mason Minzy comes out to talk with his pitcher, Anthony Holubecki. No one warming in the Rockford bullpen. Same deal for the Growlers. Just past the 3-hour elapsed mark here in Kalamazoo. We got going at 7:04. Now 10:06 local time. 87 degrees at the start of the ball game. A bit cooler now here in Western Michigan. Down to 81. Pitch black skies overhead. The lights are shining bright in Kalamazoo for this 9th inning. 3-0 on Austin Knight. Conversation between the battery mates are over. And Holowecki from the stretch deals the 3-0. Fastball is just off the inside corner, ball 4. And Knight draws a 4-pitch walk. First walk given up by Anthony Holowecki. And there's 2 men aboard on first and second now for Jake Topolsky. Topolsky is 0 for 3 today. The second baseman, the freshman from Duke, out of Mont Laurel, New Jersey. Recruited as a shortstop from New Jersey, and it was a top 5 shortstop from the Garden State. Adam Carey now comes out to talk with the battery once again. So 2 appearances on the mound for the catcher Mason Minzy. This time involves pitching coach Adam Carey, the guy whose team has the best ERA, the lowest ERA in the Northwoods League at 2.82. Adam Carey recently graduated from Central College in Pella, Iowa. Has done a phenomenal job with his pitchers. His starting rotation might be the best in all of the Northwoods League. His bullpen has had some issues. There isn't a whole large staff of bullpen players who can really shut the door. But his starting pitchers are brilliant in a 6-man rotation. Nobody has an ERA of more than 5. 3 of them an ERA of less than 2. So here is Jake Topolsky to face Anthony Holowecki. Righty on righty first pitch. Fastball outside corner, strike call from Rick Freitas, the home plate umpire, 0-1. Double play could end the ball game here. It's first and second and 1 out. Austin Knight at first and Katowski at second base. Here's Jake Topolsky with an 0-1 count and 1 away. Rockford leads 10-4 in the bottom of the 9th. Pitch. Fastball swinging a fly ball to center field. In comes Snyder, has it tracked and has the catch over his left shoulder for the second out. Somewhat shallow ground in center field, and Topolsky's retired for the second out of the 9th inning. And Kalamazoo down to their final strike, and Clay Owens, the leadoff man. Appearing for the 5th time today, he's 0 for 3 with a walk and a run scored. Led the ball game off with a walk against Cooper Kane on 5 pitches and scored on a Rudy Maxwell groundout. It was 1-0 Kalamazoo in the first inning and 2-1 Growlers in the 4th. Here's the first pitch to Owens. Fastball is inside, skips away back to the backstop. Both runners move up as Mincy retrieves the ball. Second and third now on a wild pitch by Holowecki. We have not seen his best stuff as Holowecki here in this 3rd inning. First 2 innings were very solid for him. Faced the minimum through 2, but in his 3rd inning of relief has allowed 2 runners on base, a walk and a hit batsman. Holowecki looking to go 3 innings for the first time since June 7th against Kalamazoo. The only other time he did it in his first relief appearance. Here's the 1-0 to Clay Owens. Pitch. Upstairs, ball 2, 2-0. One out to go for Rockford. They lead 10-4 over Kalamazoo. Looking to win 3 straight and 4 of 5 on a road trip. Their most successful road trip this season. 2 balls, no strikes to Owens. Holowecki comes set and fires the pitch. Fastball swinging a fly ball left field, tailing near the line. Back on he goes Higgins. This ball is gone. A home run. A 3-run home run by Clay Owens off Anthony Holowecki. A 3-run shot makes it 10-7. Over the left field wall, the 291 sign and left, the most shallow part of Homer Stryker Field in regulation play. A 3-run shot for Clay Owens. His first home run of the season. He takes it the opposite way on Anthony Holowecki. And Kalamazoo trims the deficit to 3. It's 10-7. And now Mika Rodriguez to bat. 3 earned runs by Holowecki, most he's allowed this season. Here's the first pitch to Rodriguez. Breaking ball misses high and away, 1-0. A pitcher is starting to get loose in the Rockford bullpen on the left field side. A left-handed reliever, Tanner Probst, I believe. It is Tanner, the de facto closer of this road trip. Here's a 1-0 to Rodriguez. Outside on a fastball, 2-0. So Rockford now has allowed 5 unanswered runs. It was 10-2 in the top of the 6th inning. Now it's 10-7. Looking to avoid pulling a Battle Creek. 2-0 to Rodriguez. Pitch. Fastball is outside, 3-0 to Miko. The tying run is just 2 batters away now. Rudy Maxwell waits on deck as Clay Owens homers in the short porch in left field. Moment ago. 3-0 now to Rodriguez. Holubecki, the righty, against the righty. Miko Rodriguez, the pitch. Fastball inside, ball 4, and Rodriguez draws a 4-pitch walk. And Holubecki has not been doing so well. Josh Kime comes out to the mound. That's the second mound visit for Rockford, and that's going to be all for Holubecki. He leaves with 3 earned runs allowed on 2 hits in 2 2/3 innings. He faced 12 batters and just could not put the ball game away for Rockford. Too close to comfort now, and Tanner Probst comes in for the Rivets. An arm they did not want to use, but they have to now, with Rockford leading 10-7 in the bottom of the 9th here in Kalamazoo. Back after this. Still in the bottom half of the 9th. Kalamazoo has the last 5 runs of the ball game. They now trail 10-7. A 3-run home run a moment ago by Clay Owens. Then a walk to Miko Rodriguez on 4 pitches. That's all for Anthony Holubecki. Had 1 out to get to conclude a 3-out save, and he could not do it. So Tanner Probst comes in to get the final out for Rockford. The junior from Louisiana Tech brings in an ERA of 2.08. The only 2 runs he allowed were in his first appearance against Kenosha on June 13th. Since then, he has pitched a total of 7 scoreless innings in 6 appearances since then, and a record of 0-1 on the season. Earned his first save a couple of days ago at Battle Creek. An arm that the Rivets and Josh Kime did not want to have to warm up and get into the game, but Tanner Probst is pitching here to get the final out. Too close to comfort now at 10-7. This is Probst's first appearance against the Kalamazoo Growlers. And he faces the dangerous Rudy Maxwell, who's got back-to-back base hits today. 2 for 4 with a RBI ground out and a run scored as well. The righty Maxwell, the lefty Tanner Probst. Maxwell with 4 RBIs this season. Rodriguez leads off first base. Tying run is on deck. So Maxwell has to keep it alive here. 10-7 Rockford, 2 out, bottom 9. First pitch to Maxwell from Probst, the lefty. Fastball, check swing, and did he go around? We shall see. We wait the call. He did not. Ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Gabe Rivera waits on deck as the tying run. Fans making noise, those who have stayed on a packed house. That began. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Fastball, swing and a miss, right through it. 91 from Probst. 1 ball, 1 strike to Maxwell. Of course, you can only use your best arm so much. Josh Kime didn't want to get Probst out here for the 9th, but he has to now with Holubecki completely shutting down. 1 ball, 1 strike to Maxwell. Probst is offering. Fastball is just off the inside corner, 2-1. Ball skipped away for a moment from Mason Minzy, but he picks it up to the batter's left, and it's 2-1. Check that, 1-2 on Rudy Maxwell. Was a called strike on the play? My mistake, it's 1-2. Down to their final strike, Kalamazoo. Here's a 1-2 from Probst. Pitch. Swing and a miss. Fastball up and away. Maxwell goes down, and Tanner Probst shuts the door on a 10-7 Rockford victory. A blowout game turning into a nail-biter here in Kalamazoo. But the Rivets come away with a 10-7 win, their third straight road victory. And Rockford is now 3 games over 500 with a 5-game home stretch coming up to close the first half of the season. Wow, Rockford's bats were out early and often. They scored 8 runs in the 5th. They had a 10-2 lead after 5.5 innings. Kalamazoo responded with 2 in the bottom of the 6th and 3 in the bottom of the 9th. The score ends at 10-7 Rockford. And the Rivets sweep the series here in Kalamazoo. And they have now split the first 6 games of the season series, 3 wins apiece. The final line, 10 runs on 12 hits, no errors for Rockford. And for Kalamazoo, 7 runs on 7 hits and 2 errors for the Kalamazoo Growlers. Trevin Eubanks gets the win for Rockford. He pitched 2 innings and allowed 2 earned runs in relief of Cooper Kane, who went only 4 innings. He does not get the win. Tanner Probst is not going to save, obviously, not a save situation. He allows nothing on just 1 out he records. So our final score, Rockford 10, Kalamazoo 7. Our next broadcast is on television at 5:05 Central Time. 2 games against Battle Creek. Our next radio broadcast is coming after a 5-game home stretch on June the 3rd at Kenosha for a 6:35 start time. We will see you then, and we'll talk to you tomorrow on television. Our final score once again, Rockford 10, Kalamazoo 7.